Hey guys, we're at it again. This is gonna be the ultra simple that I promised last time. So let's see. Let's see if I can manage to be even simpler than the other attempts. We're gonna use a lot of basic Go principles. The kind of stuff you see in classes I do and stuff that you find in Go books and stuff like that. So yeah, this one we definitely don't need to respond to, but it also isn't bad to respond. So okay, let's do it. Technically, making white play here makes black have a little more difficulty in this area potentially. So there's actually, you could say that not playing this is more simple. But that's fine. It's not like we have much difficulty here right now. Okay, we'll do our normal extension. If white plays here, we ignore it. I'm still going to stay true to that stuff, right? I'm not going to start playing objectively worse moves just to be, significantly worse moves just to be simple, right? We're not going to do that. That's a little out of our scope of the goal. Here, we're going to go ahead and 3-3 invade this. You see they block here, but now that stone is a little bit close, especially as this wall gets bigger. The bigger this wall gets, the more over-concentrated this move is going to look. And, normally here, in this case, I'm going to push. Again, because of that over-concentration. Yeah, and then push again. The idea is we can get Sente. If we push enough times, we'll avoid being, you want to put, if you're going to do the pushing style, right? And then they extend instead of playing Hane. You want to push enough times that their turn will not be Sente. Otherwise, it defeats the whole point of you doing the pushes. Like if you push, and they play here, but then you play away and they turn and then you respond. The turn is a really huge move for them to get in Sente. Like turning from here to here and then making you play something. So now you don't actually have to in this case, but if your plan is to respond to their turn, then you should keep pushing, right? Or you shouldn't do it in the first place. Okay, here, yeah, this is one of the modern invasions. I've done videos about this. I think block. Block is the simple way. Let's do block. Yeah, let's do block. Keep it simple. So the idea, right? One of the reasons why you can leave this group how it was is because even though they take away what you might think of as your base, you get strength toward the center, which also makes you hard to attack. And any type of becoming harder to attack, like if you're really, really big in the center, that's the same as like settling. That's the same type of, it's a different type of safety. So you do need to make sure that you get this peep, which is going to threaten, push, and cut and prevent the tiger's mouth. Giving white the tiger mouth here is unacceptable. So yeah. So I'm just thinking, do we want to play here or do we want to wedge? Wedge would be sacrifice. Okay, no. We want to extend. Okay, that's actually helping us because after they connected, they would have had a double Hane here that they could use to cut. They're actually helping us connect, so thank you. Yeah. And then, although we can Tanuki this, I fully understand if anyone would feel in danger here with this group, especially after that move. So we're going to continue. It's not so bad anyway to continue. For example, you play here, they go here, we can still invade that. I have a video on that, by the way. You can find it for this kick and one space jump shape. So it's either Hane or something like this, maybe. They can't cut, by the way. If you play here and they go like bump, and then cut, you can push here, which threatens capturing the two stones, and you can cut. And even if you're cut over here, you get a lot in the corner. So it's not worth it for them. That's why you can play this kind of seemingly cuttable shape. So it depends on how they look over there. Okay, so should I Hane? So these cuts don't work because they have enough liberties. By the way, if we Hane and they cut, we can Atari, and then play net. Yeah. So they can't cut this. In fact, we can even double Hane because of the push here. And okay, I realize that I'm starting to go past like 10Q-ish kind of reading. So we need to maybe I'll still explain that to you guys sometimes, but okay, we need to simplify. We're trying to show how to win in a really simple way where the opponent will get greedy or something and they'll just destroy themselves. And so anyway, we need to choose a move. Okay, we'll go with the Hane. Yeah. Even though I know some of you would still, I know a lot of people will miss the fact that, because I teach a lot, right? I'm full-time teacher, Go teacher. I run a league, I do classes, I do private lessons, all the stuff. So I know that a lot of people miss the Atari net.
9,
What they think of,
8, 7,
okay, we're not going to double Hane because it's a
5,
bit, you know,
4,
not simple.
3.
What people tend to do is they think of direct net if it's available, and they think of ladder. But what they always miss is like Atari into net or Atari into net. Yeah. I even see people around 1Q, 2Q miss that. So
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
okay, extend is fine.
3,
I was thinking of jump, but the fact that they're both okay is like, okay, I might as well just extend. But as a player trying to keep improving and keep evolving your go, you should always keep trying new things, and you should try to stretch your stones more. Not to play thin and like full of weakness necessarily, but to be more efficient and have a higher points per move average and stuff like that. So this one, yeah, this one's good to study,
9,
but
8,
in general, extend. If you Hane, they're going to cross cut and get a lot of sacrifice benefit. Atari. Yeah, we're just going to keep extending and take the thickness and let them have a puny corner. Sometimes you can actually, if you have enough strength around here, you can actually kill this. But okay, let's just play here. And if I were you, I would not. If you're gonna block here, you should ask yourself: do you really think that that's Sente? Are you really prepared to do something to them, with a high chance of it actually doing something, right? Otherwise, is this really the biggest move on the board? It might not be, right? It's not your area here after all.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So we're just gonna not
4,
do that.
3, 2, 1.
This looks attractive, right? They never responded here. And besides, if you play there and they respond, I mean, that's big, but in the future, you might want this one to threaten clamp. Okay, this one, yeah, you should not allow the Hane at the head of 3 stones. So we're going to either extend or jump. Yeah, we'll just extend again. Okay, so that one, that cut will work, but you don't want to kick. Don't use a kick as your defense, and don't play down here either. If you just increase liberties, then this cut will die. So you can play a move like this or this as an indirect defense.
9, 8.
In this particular situation, I'm gonna play
4, 3, 2.
this one because I don't think our extend is. I mean, our like it's already canceled out by these white stones. Like extending toward their stones here is kind of weird. This one, at least you can have like a pressing move here and stuff like that. Okay, so they are taking away our potential here. That's fine.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. Let's just cap, I guess. Because we are somewhat blocking off this area. We might as well get a little bit of potential. Otherwise, I was thinking just invading here or maybe blocking here. It's starting to look like there's not that many big places left on the board. There's here, here, and then there's here, right? Not the center.
9,
Not the center.
8, 7,
Only black can make points here. That kind of makes it half the value in a way. Okay, that's a move. We have some stuff we can do here to white's shape. However, it's too much reading. So yeah, we're not gonna do this Dan level type of stuff. We're just going to ignore.
8,
It's not sente.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Just gonna slowly develop. We still have lots of chance to invade here. If you think about it, white doesn't have that much territory. They have like a tiny, tiny bit here, a tiny, tiny bit here, tiny, tiny bit here, and then this thing. So we're still okay, even though we don't have that much cash. Okay, now we have cash, right? Now we can just do something here. And that's pretty nice. So we're quite strong here, more than over here, the single stone. So that's why I played it slightly closer to the weaker part. This would be, white coming in here would be quite suicidal. So white calmly reduces. Yeah, but actually we have a lot of potential here if you look at it, right? We're gonna go ahead and play a forcing move here to block off this area a bit better. And then being careful not to lose sente here, because it's not, you know, really worth it to do that. We're gonna go ahead and keep blocking the center maybe. Because it's getting big, right?
9, 8,
How to do that?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it feels a bit redundant with that stone, but okay, we'll play here. Maybe we should fight back instead of just focusing on this.
9, 8.
Let me test white on this one. How are you going to respond? You going to go down or are you going to let me under? Oh. I don't care about white connecting under here. So we're going to go ahead and peep. We're just going to destroy the top side. All right. I want this push to be leading to Atari here.
8,
So maybe
7,
just connect.
6, 5, 4.
And we still have a Hane here if we need it. Yeah, so now this push is quite powerful, isn't it? Now you could also just push and play like knight's move and you're going to live. But I wanted to do this. And then now white's isolated. So now we can get even more benefit from doing stuff here. And white's just going to lose this whole top side. So now we're not even as much invested in you know, needing to keep this. Okay. We don't actually care about 3 stones, but we do care about keeping white isolated, which indirectly helps our group up at the top. So it's not about the 6 points, 6, 7, 8 points here. It's not at all. That would be tiny, actually. It's about the group dynamics here.
7.
That's why we're saving this. Keeping white's liberty count down, keeping white disconnected. Yeah. To be honest, we could even cut this, but that's like too complicated, right? Let's just live. And continuing to take white's liberties away feels pretty nice. There's a lot of moves that will work fine here. I'm just going to go with a bump. I could separate white, and white still has liberty shortages, but I'm just going to play... This is going to frustrate white's connection a bit while expanding our eye space. That's fine. I'll just respond. Because we still have this, we still have this. And this is live already, by the way. You have like 9 points of eye space, which is a lot. So this is actually ours now. So we were gentle and we allowed them to be connected. But we got a really nice haul here. We don't even have to play this right now. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So...
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe this cap is better, but anyway, this one's clean. That is ridiculous. We can just capture that. Look at all the stones we have, right? So if you, here's a thing, a message to you guys, right? If you're actually focusing on like which of these moves should you play down here, then that's a telltale sign that you're thinking way too defensively. Defense is actually very unnecessary defense when you can do offense and stuff. Like it's really bad and punishing in Go.
8,
Go doesn't want you to do that.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't even think we need to block. We just let white be dead in here. That one. Can I just cut it off? Can you do anything? I would Atari here first, but this is simpler to think of, right? Now, of course, we could have blocked earlier if I kind of failed at the ultra simple thing because I could have just blocked and then be done with it. But I couldn't help myself, I suppose. So they want you to focus on yourself so they can play here. Right? They want you to be defensive. Do we need to, though? I don't think so. So now they really don't have eyes. I mean... I guess we can play this. It doesn't really hurt too much. And then maybe just this one. Lots of moves we could play. Because this thing we can just capture, right? I guess, okay, I'm not keeping it simple. You know, I'm not used to like going out of my way to keep it ultra simple, so it's a bit unnatural for me. How should we do this?
9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I could have done a better job to keep it simple. So I'll for the sake of this video theme, I'll keep working on that. So if we try to Atari, they're going to squeeze from here. So we need to ignore that move for a sec and play on this side. Yeah, and then anyway, it's going to be pretty simple. They can't cut us off and save all their stones at the same time. We can finish cutting them off first, and then we can connect here. But I know that the vision to see all that clearly, especially in the chaos of this mess here, I get it. I know that that's not so simple. Okay, so they're trying to make an eye here. They can't really make an eye anywhere else. We are pretty strong here though, so we don't really need to worry too much. I'm gonna play with I'm gonna play the one that threatens their eye instead of letting them have a Sente eye. Okay, so that Atari, we don't really need to worry about that. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, just playing around here is probably the finishing blow. Oh, I missed something ultra simple because I was too focused on talking. This is actually really hard to miss, actually. This is really hard to miss. My bad. Okay, well, they are solving the problem. That's a bit embarrassing.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, all right, they live. That's what I get for talking too much. That's what I get. Do we still? No, if they play right. Oh, you know what? This is a good opportunity to give a win away. So I think we'll still win if we just continue.
9.
Although that
8,
kill, that
7,
saving is
5, 4, 3, 2.
is very big for them. It makes it very unclear who has more. So I see the way for white to destroy us. Oh, they're going for, okay. They could have connected, and after we block, they can extend here, then go bup, and then attach and capture this. And then I would have just granted them the win. Or like, resigned. I shouldn't say granted. But okay, they didn't quite see that, so they went the co route. So now they might actually still die. But connecting is Sente for them on this, actually. So our co-threat would have to be like insanely good here. Oh, I guess we have this one. That seems unsmall.
9, 8.
Man, this whole this whole play simple thing is hard. Okay, that's threatening. Is that threatening anything? It's threatening to go back, and then when we cut, they kill us with this. Okay, so we have to react. Wait, huh? Okay.
9, 8.
I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing? So that's going to be a co-threat for them. And we do have to connect here. So we're going to use this, which indirectly connects us because we can capture. Yeah, so we'll do that. They have to respond before we have to respond. Yeah. So we connect now. And they still haven't responded to this. Oh wow. What is that? Oh, they're trying to reverse kill us. They're trying to punish our insolence. Can you? Oh, that means I should have Atari'd here before I connect. Okay, my bad.
9, 8.
Will White be able to get a win here?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That'd be nice for them. I mean, this person played pretty well, so they sort of, you know, they could deserve a win. Yeah, so it really would have been better for me to Atari once here before connecting here. That was not good for me.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It actually makes a huge difference. Like that was oh man, that's. But it seems like yeah, it really makes a big difference. Wow.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think we have to just make a huge compromise here. And it's pretty much because we didn't play this. We needed to play that before this. Oh my god. It's so important. It's so important.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we have to lose these. But that means that they might still lose this, right? So we should also take away their co-threats. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now, okay, now they have a co-threat generator here, actually. 1, 2, 3 co-threats. But it means that we can keep doing this, keep fighting this co. Yeah. And we realistically, we do not have a co-threat, realistically. The thing we tried to use as a co-threat is all long gone now. I think black would just win on points anyway, though, if I just fix this. But we can do a bit of stuff here, maybe.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they still have co-threats, so they can still respond to stuff. I don't think this is a good enough, like I don't think it's a co-threat. And this is too small, this group here. But I can play this. This is gonna make a cut here. Okay. They have something nasty here, but I want to take advantage of the co-threat that I played. At least we can get this in Sente. Yeah, and then play here. And they should play there. Yeah, you don't need to play there. You can play there. If white plays there, then there's 2 middles. I guess now it's just an endgame, right? Now it's just an endgame. But props to this player. They're doing a great job.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
We do need to fix this. Yeah, I think black has more probably. We have like a bit here. We've got this big thing here. But white actually also has a lot, so they did really well. We'll have to see. Is there bigger moves?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I think here is a bit bigger actually, but it's okay. That's still big, so how bad could it be? This is a little bit wrong. You should force here first actually, because after this you can't get this one, but normally you can get both. Normally white plays here, black plays here, then white can do that. Ooh, they knew that this was big. That's even more reason that they're playing well. Nice, 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 nice. This one was huge. It might be bigger than that one. I want to take this one, I think.
9, 8, 7.
Oh, this one's getting big
6,
actually.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This one's pretty big actually. This one's gonna be like 4-point Sente for white. That's pretty big. Yeah. Okay. Can I get any benefit from throwing in here? Maybe I can.
9.
Okay, let's throw in. Yeah, because they can't really save them now because it's going to lead to this Atari and everything dies. Yeah, didn't think that one through, did you? Okay, before I capture that though, I want to get this something here. Should be bigger than the... Whoa. Okay, they're desperate. I feel like we have co-threats, don't we? I mean, there's at least a few here. I suppose that's
9,
about it, though.
8, 7, 6.
It's not that big of a co, like, for me.
3.
For black, it's not very risky, so let's just do it. It looks fun. I don't think white can afford to let us in here. But this is a disaster for white. Okay, fine. Yeah. That one is fair. So we still have a bunch of moves here. They have like 1 or 2 more co-threats here. Is that actually a co-threat? That might not really be a co-threat, because if you go down, I just cut. If you play here, I just honey. You get to reduce me a bit though, which is nice, but I don't think that's a true co-threat.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I chose this one because it leads to this cut, as opposed to this one, which I normally would have taken. Whoa. Come on, you can't do that. Come on. Oh, maybe I should just capture this and let them in. Is that a thing? Hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't know. I'll just capture this. They might be able to fix this cut in Sente. That's the thing that they might get here. But there's no way they're going to win the Liberty fight here. The question is, do I need another move? Okay, they resigned. Okay, they put up a really good fight. It almost makes me regret taking the win here. Let's take a look. So white's opening is pretty good. This is like not the best for white, but it's not like that big of a deal. One way to play is, let me see. Is this aligned okay? Yeah, that's not too bad, right? Okay, good enough. Ooh, wow, we got perfect. Okay. Yeah, I know that AI sometimes likes to recommend this way of playing here. And yeah, if black bumps and plays like this, then of course you should Atari like this, why not? And then you do this. And at this point, maybe white fixes around here. You could sometimes play like this as well. And black can Tanuki, but white's capture is going to finish in Sente. Yeah, better for black, I think, is to attach here directly. If white tries to take it, then you can break out like this, which is bad for white. So white should back off. Now, instead of bumping your head on white 3 like that, you're going to, I would say, well, you can also pull back here now and leave the weakness. I think you can also play this too. Another way to play is to play like this and then Hane. And then go here, and now you leave a lot of Aji with that one stone that they cannot quite fully get rid of, and you're fully alive here too. That's historically that's the way that I handled this usually. It's actually a sequence that I made up myself, but a long time ago, like when I was like 1 down or something. But I think it turned out to be correct, or at least one option. Yeah, actually. Yeah. What level was I? I don't remember, but also you can just play like this, I guess. It just means that like now when you play here, you might have Gote, right? So I like to play it here, and then that stone goes a long way, I think. Yeah. Awkward extension. I mean, this is possible. Yeah. If you play it right. I don't think this is very good for white, though. They're very over-concentrated. But that's cool that they know about this one. But they didn't fully understand it. So there's this invasion. And then dun, 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 and then black either plays here or attach. This one just to be kind of thicker and have follow-ups. This one to make sure of getting Sente. So like that, and then, yeah. Or they can wedge as well, and then black still has a move here. And, yeah. Then black might want to just fix something now. But at least black got stronger. So maybe black is getting Gote, but black is stronger now. So if white really wants Sente, they can wedge and try to make black want to fix stuff. But the downside is you do make black a bit stronger now. And we don't care about these. If white cuts this, we're so happy to. So I see a lot of, I review games and I see people will actually pull out like this. Sometimes it's like it could be good for black, sure, but I mean, you don't need to. You just give it and you say, oh wow, you're going after that tiny thing, go for it. Like this is really bad for white to do this because white's already very strong, and grabbing like 5 points there, it's totally not worth it, especially you're giving black these stones too, and it's black's turn now. It's really bad for white. You should not, you guys, you have to do a lot of like conscious training of not going after stones so much. Like they're really, yeah, it's about points, not stones. Okay, so real game. Yeah, so I don't think they fully understood this move because notice that up to here, black has no weakness, is not cuttable. But if I play like I played, which is this, and they pull back and this happens, notice that now this white exchange of 5 for 6 hasn't been played. This is actually a good exchange for black because if it's just like this, black actually needs a move here because there is going to be bop, bop, bop. Very, very problematic for black. So black needs a move and then white would have Sente. Whereas if it's like this, then black is already perfect and then black just plays something. So that's part of the whole point of this, is to avoid this exchange right here, is just directly go here. If they push down, you have a few ways to play this. Like you can play here directly and then connect under like this. You can play here first and then like that. And then black is probably in a lot of trouble now. So black actually should switch to this and then like this, right? Or maybe white just connect. To try to actually connect's probably better, to be honest. Yeah, to make black play this one in Gote, and then white can play away. And it's possible to push up, and then if black Hanes, we can just go back to here, or even to here. Yeah, here, this, and even just connecting. Okay. So I think black is actually quite satisfied with that. Yeah, it's good that they didn't just like a move like this would be so thoughtless. So thoughtless, because look at like how much are you getting here? Let me get my thoughts together of what to say about this. What I'll say is, because it's like, it's a natural flow move, right? It's a natural, it's like, oh, they Hane, we'll Hane back. So I don't want to like be too critical, but I do encounter this a lot in my weekly like game reviewing and teaching and stuff. And I just think that people need to be a bit more thoughtful about the game as a whole, like the current game as in like the score. So it's like, if you're looking really micro, then that might look like the move to play. But if you're just looking at the whole game properly, it's like, why would you trade $1 for like a cent, right? Why are you gonna give black this whole space here for like 2 cents? Like, what's the point of that? Like in some cases, you might have some special big value from coming out here, but no, not in this case, right? Not really. So I think that this person played pretty thoughtfully here with this move. Now, if black really wants to, they could just play here and then let this kind of thing happen. That seems possible. That seems playable. So we're not just playing moves to play moves, right? To go through the motions. We're trying to like figure out how to win, right? Okay. So yeah, like this was a nice calm move. Like this person played really well. This one seems wrong. It's because if I play like this, they can force around here and then like get in like that. I didn't like that. So yeah, even this one, right? It's still not really perfect. So Yeah, but this response they played is like really nice. So this was like, even for 5 Dan, like this was not your average 5 Dan. Again, I've played my share of 5 Dan games with rank up accounts, and most of them are I would say most of them are weaker than this. This person played really well. Yeah, that's too much though. That's too much. So if I wanted to finish like the successful attempt at keeping the game simple for you guys, then just block, right? How can white possibly save this? Look at how many liberties these 2 sticks have, right? So whether you block next, whether you play here, no hope for the white stones here. So I should have done that. I regretted letting it go out and then letting this whole thing become a big mess. That's also what led me to the weird blunder. I don't think I really need to say this, but I will just defensively say that this level of blunder does not happen in my games. I do blunder, but not like this, not like missing this. So this one was just a funny like talking too much thing. But yeah, I got what I deserved. Well, I should have got what actually I didn't get what I deserved. I ended up winning, and yeah, I deserved to lose this game actually, but I didn't. I mean, okay, so sometimes when you guys, I get this kind of comment a lot where students of mine, they will tell me, oh, I didn't deserve, like they think they didn't deserve to win because the opponent just messed up or something, but you did, and I've experienced this the hard way on the other side of it so many times, so I've come to accept it. It's any kind of blunder, right? And anything that like affects the result of the game besides like internet connection or something is your strength. Your go strength is your ability to win, like your performance. Like the result is what matters and measures your actual strength, right? It's like someone can be really strong as like a teacher, let's say, but then they might not actually be nearly as strong as a player. And so there's actually 2 different things there. Normally, there's a strong correlation, of course, between what they're able to teach and what they're able to actually play, but they're not completely the same thing. So yeah, basically, go strength it's really just it's your performance, it's your ability to win, and so like I mean, you can actually see, so for blunders, you can actually see that as you go up the levels, people actually blunder less often. And so blunders actually, like self Atari, missing a cut, something stupid that's like beneath you in your level, that feels beneath you. Losing focus for a sec. That's actually part of our strength. Like focus and all these things is part of our strength too. And yeah. So you have less, but when you're looking at like games that are like 10Q and 5Q stuff like that, you have a lot more blunders than you do at like 2Dan, 4Dan, etc. You just do. And that's the proof that it's strength, because the higher level players, even in terms of like what is a blunder to them, they blunder less. Like their blunders are more like mistakes. It's not really blunders. But when they self Atari or something really stupid, then yes, it's a blunder. But they do that less, and it's because their visual recognition of things is on a stronger level, and that's part of our strength. Like when we miss stuff that's like silly, that's feels very beneath us and normally we wouldn't miss, it is still our strength, because it means the mastery was not, that it wasn't 100%. It's not like 100%. It's like 99.9% beneath you, but it's not fully beneath you, because anyway, there's a reason why stronger players blunder less than like a 12Q. I had to learn that the hard way. Like when I was training in Korea, one of the main teachers, his name is Hong Seok-ki, actually. He's not pro, but he's like a super strong ex Yonguseng amateur, and he does a lot of teaching actually as well. I don't know if he's still doing it, but he is like, he's not so talkative like someone like me, right? He's not super talkative. more like the cool, quiet type, you know, not entirely quiet either, but basically, I still have this memory I tell this on stream once in a while, which is, you know, I at that time I was like 20. Um, I went to Korea as a 3 dan Canadian level. Uh, yeah, and I was there for 5 months. I came back and I was able to be Canadian 6 dan, so I got some pretty good improvement. Some of it didn't sink in until a month or two after I came back, but um, so one of my impactful memories was I actually it was actually right after I played a game with Mateusz Surma. He's one of the Polish pros. You guys might know him, and he was a kiddo back. He joined after I joined, and he was like 14 or so. And you know, if you ever played against him, I mean, his style of play, he's very fighty, and then like at least at that time, and and not that he should, but he just usually would never resign, and it's not like he necessarily should, because when he turns the game around, that's proof that that's like he deserves, like his opponent deserves to win if they couldn't hold the win. So, you know, but my mindset back then, just like it, a lot of people that I teach, I sometimes see this in them, and it's very natural, which is we have this mindset of we have a lot of these mindsets where it's like we don't count the losses that we get on like a when we're sick or lacking sleep or whatever, yet we count the wins, right? So it's a bit and like blunders, we somehow like don't count it, but we kind of need to count everything if we're gonna play. And I was really salty because you know, I had this game that I thought was in the bag, but then he lived inside a place that he like I thought he shouldn't be able to live inside, but I failed the kill, right? And sometimes we're just wrong. Sometimes we're wrong and we think they shouldn't be able to live there, but we're just wrong. And sometimes we're not wrong, but then we fail the kill. In both cases, it is our strength. And so I was very complainy and like in a bad mood. I mean, I wasn't like saying that much stuff or anything, but I was like giving myself space and like and just not happy. And then I sat with him near the playroom, and it was after the game, and I was kind of whining to him basically, right? And then all he said was like, "That's your strength," and he just 3 words. And he actually is pretty good about positive feedback and stuff, and he doesn't really say mean stuff. So not that it is mean, but it's like you know, hearing him say that, yeah, it made such an impact on me because I respected it so much, and I kept thinking about it like long after I was back from Korea already. And then it over time it like kept affecting my paradigm, and then over time I'm like really on the other side. It's like now it's like, yeah, everything that contributes to the game result is your strength, and there's no escaping that, and that's just how it is. And so when you win because your opponent messed up, missed a cut, self-atari, something stupid, that is their strength, and the winner is the one who in that game was relatively stronger. Therefore, their weakness was your strength, and you won. So, you know, like think of it this way: if you disqualify those wins for yourself, that means you're disqualifying their wins when they're on that side of it, right? And that's not really fair. So to say that you didn't deserve to win is to say that anyone else who gets that kind of win also doesn't deserve to win. And so it's your strength. So take your wins when you get them, any kind of win. And don't let anyone tell you that fishing for mistakes when you're losing the game, or even if you're not losing the game, but you try stuff somewhere where there's potential for your opponent to mess up, like go into their corner inside of their solid moyo in the late game, or try to cut something and cut a few things inside of their territory. Like, it's one thing if you just keep self-ataring over and over again and wasting the time. Some random people on Fox do that, and then yes, it could be disrespectful waste of time. But most of the time, it's not actually disrespectful stuff, and people just need to get a bit more mature with their paradigm, just like I had to. The reason why we get so frustrated and angry at these people who are trying to do things in their territory is because we are afraid that we're gonna mess up, right? And it's usually not the waste of time. Waste of time is like when they do it forever and forever and then they never stop and they're really wasting your time. Usually we get flustered because we're afraid that we're gonna make a mistake. But if we're afraid that we're gonna make a mistake, that actually justifies what they're doing. And so don't let people tell you that fishing for mistakes with cuts and things or trying to make something work is somehow disrespectful. It's not. It's a even 5 Dan plus players can mess up even when something shouldn't work. And when they lose that way, it's legit. It's totally legit. It's not a disrespectful thing. So I really think we should be more progressive with our view on that. Instead of, you know, whining and being overly like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, to each their own, to each their own. I certainly was one of the people who would like resign as soon as it felt like I lost. But after a lot of experience, I changed it. And now it's like you still have a lot of potential to try stuff, actually, even at high level games. So, yeah. I think a lot of you eventually would come around to that same idea anyway with enough over time. So I think that there can be some people in the Go world maybe that are like extremely traditional and like, let's say, old school like Japanese traditional stuff, let's say, where I think in that Go culture there might be a propensity or like an inclination to resign as soon as you're like clearly, you know, pretty much lost. But yeah, I would push up. I would push against that a bit if you can. Just like if you still think there's legitimate potential to make something happen, then go for it. Yeah, that's my thing. So it's like if I was, you know, like my win in this game is legit, right? Because they couldn't, you know. Now I don't know if they were even ahead in the first place when they saved the group, like when we messed up. But they certainly evened out the game a lot because we missed the simple, you know, we were too busy talking, and then yeah, I mean white now has like a lot of territory here, and then a little bit and some here, and we have a lot of territory here, but also we're very clearly it's very unclear who's winning, right? So yeah, maybe we were behind, but they missed. So I'll show you what they missed. They missed this. So ladder, right? Or Atari, and then capturing 4 stones. Yeah. So they didn't even need to fight Ko. They just had to connect. My plan here was that I'm gonna do this. And if they execute this correctly, I was just going to resign because it's just for content anyway, right? If you guys want to see me really play my maximum, then you'll see that when I upload the 8Dan ones. But yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I hope some of you, if you're still watching, could get something out of that whole kind of philosophical Go strength thing. I'm just sharing a little fragment of my Go journey there. Because I was, yeah, not necessarily out loud, but like I was a big excuse maker in this regard once upon a time. And I think, you know, it's like a maturity of your Go paradigm. Okay, I'm not going to get into it right now and extend this even farther, but another thing is like mirror Go, right? That's a thing that's even like controversial for a lot of people right now. I don't think mirror Go is disrespectful whatsoever, but some people do. I've seen some even professional players, like content creators, who think it's like somehow bad. But then I've seen some even like Asian pros who, for example, Hajin Lee, who encounter it or even play it herself on YouTube and then think it's fun and interesting. And I'm in the more progressive camp. I think like why Like, it's legitimately hard to play against Mirago. It's not like how they presented it in Hikaru no Go. In Hikaru no Go, they make it look so easy to counter because they put someone doing stupid stuff trying to do it. No, Mirago is legitimate, and it's actually hard to play against. And I think when people, like, it feels like when people hate Mirago so much, it's just their own difficulty to play against it showing through. You know what I mean? I don't even play it, right? But I fear that someone might play it against me. And Go is supposed to be free. Anything goes. Like, yes, it's disrespectful to play 1-1 or something. First line moves in the beginning of the game, like the very beginning, because they're objectively terrible, those moves. So you are just kind of handicapping your opponent, and it is rude. But very few things are rude in Go, I think, in terms of the moves. One of them would be that. Another one would be like just trying things for eternity and self-atarying everywhere and wasting time. But Mirago, yeah, I think Mirago is okay. You guys already get what I'm saying. I would be interested to hear your comments on that. What do you think of Mirago? What are your experiences with this whole like resigning, not resigning, trying stuff? Infuriating frustration of your opponent doing stuff when you thought you won, but then they like make something work, right? I'm sure many of you have been on the receiving end of that, or the giving end. And so I have so much experience of like almost like red-faced level of frustration with that, right? So, I've had these experiences. So yeah, interested to hear if you guys have some similar stuff along your Go journey, and any thoughts you want to add to this conversation. Of course, there's also the game itself, right? That you guys can talk about. Let me know if you learned anything. I will try again and again and again to do the simple thing. I want us to produce at least one game where I truly kept my moves simple the whole way. Yeah. And this kind of just ruined it. This is like making you guys afraid to do as I do, maybe, because this happened. But this only happened because I just got lost in talking and wasn't looking. Like, obviously, right now, black just needs to play a move around here somewhere, like this. And then white can try to make an eye here. And even if they manage it, it's not like black is bad. In fact, we can even cut this and then capture all that. Like, let's say white magically figures out an eye around here. Then we can just go boom, 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 and get a whole bunch of territory there. Okay, anyway, look forward. I'll see you guys in the next one.